that this button is there. It looks like this. If that is there, that means it is recording. So now it's recording. So what I'm going to introduce, it's a small class, but please get that and we will go to the details. Okay, I'm going to give you the fundamentals, why one missing part is there in our entire life cycle that I told you, which is preventing you little bit in practicing. What is it? It's called data ingestion. You already know what is a data store. Data storage is HDFS. We saw MongoDB. We saw Hive. All these are data stores. How do you bring the data into Hive? One ingestion mechanism you already studied. Load data. That's how you loaded our schools and then loaded the data inside. So that is one ingestion mechanism. Now we are going to see professional ingestion tools which are coming along with Hadoop. And mainly there are two. One is called Sqoop and the second is called Flume. This is very widely used in our company. This is very less used but very widely used outside. Both we will cover. The first thing to note that you are going to type this command a lot. So look at the spelling of Sqoop. Always the people make a mistake. Sqoop. Combining the data ingestion along with a kind of bus. Have you heard about this? Service bus kind of things. Then you get the complete picture of how the enterprises are working. If you want to know how a small architecture diagram would be, for example, I want some data to be coming in from real time and from database, and I want to combine and create my data platform or data lake. How that architecture would be. Let's call this as the real-time data. And this is your cloud. Maybe Twitter, maybe Facebook, maybe sensors from cars, whatever it is. This is my transactional database, maybe Oracle, MySQL, or SQL Server, or anything. My transactional systems are getting populated by the web applications, providers, and all these kind of things. Banks, everybody is using it. Mobile applications, transactional data is getting populated. OLTP, we can't touch it. Normally, what you will do is that over the night, you are going to create a Sqoop job, which will be taking the data and putting that particular data into your HDFS platform. And that's what we will see today. Data ingestion. The real-time data, you cannot use Sqoop. Instead, you are going to put this into the bus that I talked about. And from the bus, you are going to take it and put it into HDFS. And this bus is nothing but Kafka. That is where the real-time messaging is used. And once that data is coming into HDFS, you will expose that HDFS into a Hive data store, and you know what to do after you get the data into Hive. This forms as your data lake. Most modern architecture, if you look, this will be replaced by, as I mentioned to you, S3. We'll see that later. This is how the overall enterprises are working. Now assume that you have got some logs, and that logs also you want to log into HDFS. Logs is different from a database, correct? Logs are files. For that, you will be using Flume. So you get a basic understanding between Sqoop and Flume. What's the difference? Sqoop is used for only relational database to Hadoop or HDFS, and vice versa. You can move back. You will not do it in the transactional system, but you can. So Sqoop is bidirectional, very, very important. And it is used for relational database management system and the Hadoop. Flume, there is no point in taking the data from HDFS and putting into logs, right? As Flume is unidirectional, and you should not use database as the source for Flume. Source for Sqoop is database, relational database management systems. So why I am teaching you is, when you are practicing, you already know how to connect from Hive. How will you bring the data into Hive without load data, say from your MySQL database? And you want to play, and you want to create some data in MySQL, and you want to bring into Hive, and you want to create the application.
For example, like, other than log files, normal files also.
Normal files, yeah. Files, any files.
Any files.
Any files. I just took logs as an example.
But through Sqoop also we will bring files? Or
No,
only-
never. Okay. You will not use files for Sqoop. Relational database is what is being used. So to understand this, please note it down, okay? I will give you a document, but I am not covering the complete document. We will be going through the details once we are coming back. The document is available if suppose you are opening foroursun.com/passion, and you will see a document called Sqoop workbook.pdf. Please use that as the reference. Look at my mouse. And when you press enter, you will see the complete reference. Okay, maximum I have covered. Okay, all the things that are covered inside this particular document, please don't practice. What I am covering today, just practice that. Okay, so that document you can save. Okay, I'm not saving this, Bhaskar, you can save it later. Okay, so that document you should be using as your reference if you want any doubts or anything. And of course you can go to the web, Google also. Any difficulty or anything is coming in Sqoop. Okay, first thing to understand is that Cloudera virtual machine, whenever you are installing, it is coming up with a database. We have seen it many times. What is the database that Hive is using internally as the metastore? MySQL. So it is coming with MySQL. So let us log in. Always when you work from today, please open two windows. One is for your MySQL prompt, and another maybe for your Hadoop and Sqoop and all those kind of things. And what I want you to type is, always remember, MySQL -u, the name of the user is retail_DBA, and the password is Cloudera. Type -p, and when you press enter, it will ask the password. MySQL -u retail_DBA, and then -p. Okay, and then press enter. You may need to note it down. I don't think it is there in the material. Okay, so please do write down the document, the things that you need to connect to MySQL. And when I press this, it will ask you what? Enter the password. Okay, please observe clearly and type Cloudera. And if everything is okay, you should be getting this particular prompt, and the MySQL prompt will come just like the Hive prompt. Control L, you can clear the screen. Okay, retail underscore DBA is giving you a database by default. What is the name of that database? Retail underscore DB, no A. So if you look at, okay, show databases, you will see retail underscore DB. What is information underscore schema?
All the table.
Metadata. Don't worry about that. Okay, so all your experiments, please remember retail underscore DBA is the username, retail underscore DB is the database. The username, password is Cloudera. And what is the port? And what is the JDBC URL? Please don't make any mistake or any space. Slash the database. Always remember that line. If you go to certification exams, 100% this is a question. They will tell you, okay, my MySQL is running in host ABC at port 4402 and the database name is so and so. Please write a Sqoop code to copy the data. So you have to construct this URL. How will you construct it? First write JDBC colon MySQL, then write the machine name that they have given, colon the port name, slash the database name. The database name they will give. When I wrote the certification, it was employees. And they told me to copy that employees table into Hive. So this is called the connection URL. Right? This much information is needed. And how many tables are there? Please look at that. Okay, Control L, I am clearing the screen. And if you type show tables, sorry, you have to select the database. What is the database? Retail underscore DB. And you have to now type show tables. And this is what is going to be your life for the next 1 month. Beautiful, nicely created 6 tables are available to you. And all the tables are joined by primary keys and foreign keys and all. You can easily guess what they are. The people are ordering for, customers are ordering for orders. Orders are for products, right? Each order has got a corresponding department. One order may have many order items, correct? So everything is linked. They have given you especially to practice anything that you like joins or whatever you want. That's why they have given you this. This is going to be our source for doing everything. So don't change these tables. Now, very fundamental idea of SQL. Please tell me what will happen if I write this query. Create table, okay, DEPT as select star from departments. Remember, departments was a table that is existing where 1 equal to 2. What is this query doing?
Copying departments
To create an empty table.
to the create another table.
Remember, you missed the last one.
Where 1 equal to 2.
Oh, unequal.
What will happen?
70.
It will create a duplicate table with empty data. So please remember this, okay? DEPT table will be created, but there will not be any rows.
All structure.
Check.
Yeah.
Query okay, 0 rows updated. Now if you look show tables, you will see DEPT, and if you write select star from DEPT, you will see it is empty. So you understand that query? I am dropping the table. Never drop that 6 tables. Please drop only what you create. I would suggest whenever you experiment, create like B underscore Bhaskar, Y underscore, and then you can delete it. Okay, so drop table, because if you delete that tables, you'll have to recreate everything. Drop table DEPT. Okay, now another very important thing. Okay, what is the difference between the DEPT table that you created and the departments table if you do that particular query? There is a big difference.
We cannot create
I'm asking SQL, I'm not asking big data. Yuvraj? There is a big difference between the departments table and the DEPT table that I just created. What is the difference?
Constraints.
Very good. Primary key will not be copied. So departments, if you look, please look at this. Describe, yeah, all constraints. Describe departments. If you look at the original departments table, you will see there is a primary key which is department ID. Clear? Now, assume that I am writing this particular query, and if I write the describe DEPT now, this is very important, and that gives you why I talked about primary key. Sqoop cannot work from any tables if the table does not have a primary key. So every table has got a primary key. Can you guess why Sqoop needs a primary key? Beautiful question.
So get it.
Data
it.
integrity.
Stored in Hive.
Why? I don't need a primary key. Huh?
So you can identify each record. You need.
Pardon?
So you can identify each record.
Well, I can identify even if primary key is not there.
Not with a.
Okay, I will give you a clue. Think about parallelism. Now you tell me why.
Sets are loading.
Same contention will come.
Okay, listen. Assume that your employee table is containing 1000 rows without primary key. When the Sqoop is loading, remember big data, Sqoop is running from multiple machines. How one machine and the other machine can identify that these rows are not loaded by this machine and these rows are not loaded
That's
by
what
this
I
machine?
said, identify each record.
That's why you need a primary key. Primary key will be used by Sqoop for partitioning the data. Now you understand everything? So it's a must. So if somebody is creating a table like this, and if you are running Sqoop, what you will get? Error. There is no primary key. Otherwise, if primary key is not there, you should tell that I should run Sqoop only in one machine so that I don't have to do partition. So there is a parameter I am going to set. Number of mappers equal to 0. This is the reason why I taught you all those things in the beginning.
So in that case, you don't need a primary key.
Yeah, you don't need a primary key. Why? Because it's only one machine. It will pull entire rows. I don't need to partition. This much clear? Alright. So now let us write our first command. What I am going to do, I am minimizing the MySQL window or just move it down. Okay. Always work like this. There is one MySQL window and one this window. Okay. So how will you write that? Okay. So first let us write, I want to find out the databases in my MySQL. Databases. Remember, I want to find out the databases. So don't give the database as a parameter. In the connection string, we gave the database as a parameter, right? No, I want to write another command. So the command is, right, Sqoop, please write with me. if you want. And most of the people, okay, please remember this and don't come to me and tell that I'm not getting it. Most of the people, 99.99%, the errors will come by typos. First thing to understand, there is no underscore business. List dash databases. The people will put list space, list underscore. Oh, it won't work. Now, whatever I am going to tell you have to by heart. And you should completely remember. There are two ways that you can use Sqoop. Please listen. One is, all parameters that you are giving, you can give with a one minus symbol. For example, minus C is for connect. Minus U is for username. Minus P is for password. That is one way. Another way is, write minus minus connect, the full word. I use that minus minus connect so that I can learn what exactly I am doing. If I write C, I don't know whether it is connect or create.
Copy.
Right? Copy. So, always I will use, please follow one syntax. Again, look at the way it is written. Is there a space between minus and another minus? Dash and dash? No. Is there a space between two dashes and connect? No. Is there a space between list databases and dash dash connect? Yes. Remember all these things. And whatever parameter, give in double quote. Oh, what is your connection URL? I wrote it already.
Slash localhost.
Port name, port
3306.
And don't give the databases because what is our command? List the databases. But don't forget to put, and again, another thing. If you start, okay, I don't mind if you don't put the double quote in the beginning of JDBC. But if you put the JDBC in the beginning, you should close it. And don't try to close it at the end. Why I am telling is, I get crazy. After that, I go, oh, I am not getting this. Minus minus. What is the username? No. Minus minus. All right. What happened? You understand now the fundamentals of Sqoop? You use Sqoop to connect. Look at this. Look at this.
What's the first warning?
What? No, that's ignored. Okay. This is some libraries it is checked. Okay. One question. If I want to connect to Oracle, what should I do? Tell me what is the query change?
JDBC, that URL you will change.
URL and the username and the password. And what? What is the technology that is used for connecting Java to database? JDBC. So where is the JDBC jar file? For MySQL, Cloudera has put it in the lib directory already. So you need to put that jar file in the lib of Sqoop. Got it? Otherwise you will get driver not found, connection not found. Alright, next one. Let us find out the tables inside retail_db. See the fun here, I am not logging into MySQL. From my big data platform, I am now connecting. Okay. Alright, what is the next command? Control A, you can go to the beginning of the command. Instead of the list databases, you should write list tables, but when you give list tables, don't forget to write what? The database name, which is retail_db. Okay, the database name will not come only in one command, list databases. And I'm going to run it. Aha. Okay. And remember, I have to drop the table DEPT, otherwise it will create a problem later. How will I drop the table? Drop. And if I run it one more time, what will happen? Will the DPT come? So it's real time. All right.
What is the command?
Which one? This.
This tables.
These tables.
Okay, yeah.
Like these databases. But the difference is you have to give the database name.
Right, okay.
See the URL change, right?
Right.
Next. Control A. Sqoop. This you will like. Evaluate. And I am introducing you a new parameter. What is it? Minus query. Select count star from. See the beauty? Ah, so fast. You got it? So, list databases, list tables, eval. And that's not what I want to tell you. So, one more command. Let me check the syntax. We have to cover so many things that we will cover later. All right. Please write down. Sqoop. What is that? Import. This is the master command. Should never forget this. The most useful command. The whole world uses it. Sqoop import. And what do you want to import? Okay. Before importing, let's connect. Where you want to connect? Please type as many times as you like so that you don't make any mistake. Okay, and you by heart the syntax retail _ DB and minus. These three things you should be by hearting. Okay, retail _ DBA and minus password. Remember, any change, if you write retail _ DBA as the database username as retail _ DB, you will get error. From that error, you should know what is the problem. Cloud error. All right. Minus. Table. I am going to now bring a table from MySQL into my Hive. So, give minus table. And which table? And please make sure when you write like this, this particular table name should be existing and should have a primary key. Departments. What is that word? You import into Hive. And if it is existing, overwrite. Did you observe? After this minus minus username, I gave the username. After this minus minus password, I gave the password. But did I give anything after minus minus Hive import? No. So that is a silent indicator. Some parameters you have to give, some parameters you should not. That's how you should practice. Okay?
What does have import?
Import into Hive.
Oh.
What is the name indicates? So from MySQL, bring the departments table, create it in Hive.
Oh.
No load data, nothing. And look what is happening. What is happening? Is running a
Produce.
MapReduce job. Super. What is the guarantee? Open another command prompt. You already learned, right? Ah. What do you see? And now, or select. Close Hive. You got the entire data brought into Hive. Understand what is data ingestion? Now can you play with whatever use cases that you have, because you already have MySQL. Whatever data you want, you put it into it. It may be a Java program, it may be your talent, it may be your whatever you think, and then you bring it into big data. And once you get it into big data, use yesterday's technology of Excel or BERT to connect and create analytics and dashboards. So this is the scenario that is going on. And there are so many other things, but don't worry now. Why I gave you this is that this missing part will make you to think about any use cases that you can. Maybe you have some way of generating CSVs and all those things, right? Use that, load it into a table. I would suggest that it will be a little bit adventurous. Install Oracle XC. What is Oracle XC?
Express Edition.
Express Edition. It is available free. Install it. So you have Oracle, and then connect to Oracle. Experiment. Remember, JDBC jar file is available for free download. Just put it into the Sqoop lib directory. And already you know how to identify where is Sqoop lib directory. Find command. Find -i name. Right? Any questions, anything coming in, put it in WhatsApp. Okay? Repeatedly hear the sessions, especially from MongoDB and Hive. Please 2 or 3 times listen and then go through that. Right? This is more than enough for a job. But you improve on the top of it. And plus, if the time permits, spend some time on Elasticsearch and Kibana. Right? So I will be doing only after December, because it will be completely mess up, right? Some people will be there, some people will not be there. I will not be there some days. So let's avoid, because a little bit of continuity is required for this. What I have stopped is at a logical point, clearly, right? And then when I come back, we'll go to advanced Sqoop. How to do ETL. When I'm bringing the data, at that time I want to do some transformation. You can do it in Sqoop, but not very advanced. If you want very advanced transformations, you will use Talent and all those kind of tools. That's the difference between a professional ETL tool and that one. Right? Now, let me just to show you one more thing. Okay, I want to import a DEPT table. Remember, we are going to create a DEPT table, and let's create the DEPT table like this. Please look at this query. Where 1 equal to 1. What will happen when I write 1 equal to 1?
All the data.
All the data also will be copied, but what will not be copied? primary key will not be copied. So remember, DEPT table, all the data is there, no primary key. And look at this problem. So it created the data. Now, please look, let's make a failure. I am going to do this. I am going to type, yeah, DEPT here, and it will fail. It must fail. And look at the message that you are going to get. Import failed, no primary key can be found. So what it is telling? Oh, it's not 0, 1, correct. So what I am going to do now, minus num mappers as look at that. Now you don't have an error. Understand? This is clearly showing you why MapReduce needs the primary key. All those things that you learned. So now there is only one mapper. Now, can you guess how the data will be written inside Hive if number of mappers equal to 1? There will be only one partition, part-m-0000000. Whereas, in the other cases, there will be number of partitions. Why? It is applying a partitioner, remember? And that partitioner uses primary key. We wrote the code now. Clear? The complete picture, right? So when you are experimenting, if primary key is not there, this is the method. Okay, I'm dropping the table because the table may create a problem. So drop table DPT. Okay, now I dropped the table in MySQL. Will that be in Hive? Of course, it will be there in Hive because you already copied it. What is the best? I will show you. I will tell you a live example that I did. An example that I did for a company. They had 3 terabytes of growth every day. This is the Oracle database. The user queries only last 6 months of transaction. Anyway, this is SBI. User queries only last 6 months in India, the last 6 months transactions, right? But this is 3 terabyte every day because of 790 million transactions. World's #1 bank in terms of number of transactions. The entire Bombay data center is full of Oracle. The amount that they pay is in millions every month for Oracle licensing and everything. Tell me what you can do. Just write a Sqoop job. Before 6 months of data, move it into Hive and keep only latest 6 months of data. You know the cost reduction? It's about 20 to 25 million. See a beautiful use case of exactly what you saw. Archival is one of the very beautiful and very cost-effective use cases of this architecture. Okay? So I'll stop.